So we finally destroyed the steel flanked Penveid, and this is gonna be the last video of this boss, and I will tell you everything that I learned on the steel flanked Penveid and how can you try to optimize your team and deal the maximum damage on this boss. Let's see. So guys, we will fight 2 times and I'm gonna show you the difference between, because I know that a lot of players are using both Flame and Frost Relic of Ain, and that's why I want to tell you what do I think about that and what could be the difference. I feel like if you play with the Flame Relic of Ain, then it should be more easy to survive because you will have the speed buff and it will allow you to got much more buffs and much more survivability in your team. This is the advantage of the Flame Relic of Ain, but also you will not deal as much damage as the Frost Relic, because in the Frost Relic you will have the attack buff. So as you can see here, we got like 125 turns and we destroyed 60 hits, which is not enough if you want to if you expect to deal the maximum damage on the boss. But as I said, it is also much easier to manage this team than if you want to use the Frost Relic of A. So here, sadly, K didn't survive on this attack, but it doesn't matter that much. Even if she survives, I would be around 95 hurt, I think. And you can expect to deal more damage, but it's not gonna be easy and it will depend a lot of the RNG. So now let's see the fight with the Frost Relic of Ain, and you will see that the damage difference is huge. So it's gonna be pretty similar, but you will just need to use the Unity set this time on K, obviously, and you can use like Focus set or whatever you want on AN, it doesn't matter that much. So, the problem of AN in Flame or Frost, it is that you will have 70% chance to trigger the attack buff if you play in Frost Relic, or the speed buff if you play the Flame Relic. And you can't control this RNG. It means that whatever you're gonna do, it will always have this part of RNG. And Also, the boss is going to reduce the attack gauge of your team. It is not the boss, I think it is the head of the boss. So this is also something that you can't control. Sometimes maybe you will resist on the reducing reduct of the attack gauge, and sometimes maybe you will not resist at anyone. So this is the problem of Steel Flanked Penveid. It is that even if you optimize your team with as much resistance as possible, it could happen that, especially for your support or for Caliban Archer, that you will probably not use resistance on them. So sometimes you will be able to resist because of the resistance buff from Turin, but sometimes you will not. And it can disturb the speed order of your team, and it can, like, you can be in some situation where you will not trigger the counter attack when the boss has the shield. Well, there is a big part of RNG that you will never be able to control, but we will try to optimize as much as possible the team to try to reduce the RNG that we can control, or at least minimize. And that's what I'm gonna explain to you after the fight, when we will speak about the stats and the substats that you're gonna need to make this team. As you can see, we already destroyed 62 hertz and we still have 140 remaining turns, so the difference is huge. And as I said, it is maybe more difficult to manage this team, but you will deal much more damage with this team with Frost Ain than with the Flame Relic of A.
Yeah, she's got some nice long hair, and you know that she's a bad chick. All the boys stare, can't help it, it's a habit. Clothes that she wears, short skirt and a jacket. I just wanna get her all alone on a mattress. I just wanna have it, I just gotta have it. Rumors all around say her body is fantastic. All natural, not a piece of fur is plastic. Head to her toes, yeah, they say that she's a latch. Yeah, the whispers all around say she has a reputation. Don't believe it till I see it, so I want a demonstration. And I've always learned it better with a hands-on education. So I need a private session if you get what I am saying. And they say that she's not easy, no, she's really complicated, but that only makes it better, and it's got me so fixated. And I'm not the type to wait around, I've never hesitated, but she's got me captivated, so the game, I'm gonna play it, yeah. She's got a body like a coke thing, she likes to keep the party going. These rumors got me feeling lonely, I want that body, baby, show me. She's got a body like a coke thing, she likes to keep the party going. These rumors got me feeling lonely, I want that body, baby, show me. Like to get away, I heard you like to stay out late, I heard you had a couple boyfriends, I heard they didn't treat you right, I heard you're hated by your girlfriends, cause all the guys want you tonight. Yeah, they say she's too hot, they say she's too cold, control. And all the boys say she was sent from the heavens, but I'm not too sure that this girl is a blessing. She's got the devil's eyes and they'll cut you like a weapon. She's stuck in my mind like a bad obsession. Got bad intentions.
Okay, here is a part of RNG again. It can happen that the boss will change the focus. It depends on the current health of your Caliban Archer and of your K. But it doesn't happen that much. We will see after how we can minimize this RNG. But if it happens 2 times like it just happened in this fight, then Caliban Archer will die and you will not be able to deal the maximum damage. So I'm not gonna make another try. I think it is also good to see what can be bad to you, what can make you run derp, and this is a condition. This is a situation where you will probably die, and it can happen. So we will swap to the gear equipment, and I'm gonna show you the stuff, and I'm gonna explain you what are the most important things to have. Okay, let's start with the detailed setting where we will look at the skill order settings. For Caliban Archer, you will need to spam the skill 2 for Ain, skill 1 for K, and here this is the skill order setting that I use, but maybe it can change. For me it works like that, so I don't want to change. But 1 skill 3 on Turin and 2 skill 2 after the skill 3. Why? It is simply because I want to have as much defenses increase to as possible during the fight, and I feel like I don't need that much heal, and it's more easy to survive with the defense increase than with the heal that I could have from the skill 3, and it's also more easy to manage the vigor with this skill order setting. That's why I'm using this. Now, let's check the gear. Caliban Archer, the easiest part. It is just a damage dealer, so you don't need that much things on him. Just look attentively the speed, because it is important. You will have to respect the speed on all the champs of this team. I have like 50% critical strike rate, but you don't care about that because you will trigger his passive anyway, and also the focus set. So this is not the stat that you want to focus. If you can, try to have as much attack as possible and critical strike damage. You can skip effect accuracy, effect resistance, and critical strike rate. Try to be around 150 to 160 speeds. At least for me, it works very well like that. Yes, also the HP. It is important to have like 5k more HP than K. Let's speak about A now. Ain. How do I play Ain? So I'm using Ain as a support, obviously, and I feel like she's mainly here for not to deal that much damage, because I don't feel that she is doing a lot of damage anyway, but you really want her to trigger the terrains of melee, and it will trigger this passive, when she will trigger the counter attack. So she will attack all the enemies 2 times, and it can really help you to remove the barrier of the boss. That's why I use this setup on her. I don't have great um, necklace on counter attack sets or great earrings. If you have, I think she is also playable with the counter attack set here. I'm using focus set with effect resistance. What do I have here? Attack speed, HP. Well, you also have to be sure that she has enough HP to not be focused by the boss. So 37k, she has never been focused by the boss in my team. What do I have? You can have some recovery. I think I have some recovery. Yeah, right here. It helps because she got some good heal on the skill 2. And so it helps to survive. The speed, you're gonna need to have more speed than K. Yeah, more speed than K, or not. Well, use this setup. I really don't want to change. I want to make that much try, but I'm not sure that it matters that much. But obviously she needs to have more speed than Caliban Archer, but it can. I think it can work with like 180 speeds. So let's speak about Kay now. Kay is an important. She is, I think, the most important part of this team. You will need to have more speed than Caliban Archer. She has to play before Caliban Archer because she will help you to remove the barrier with the skill 1. It attacks the one enemy 5 times, so it is very nice to remove the barrier as fast as possible. That's why we use K on this boss, and also she will buff attack and increase charge the attack gauge of all stacks favor allies. So this is mainly why we use K, and she is also doing great damage. What do I have? So around 30k HP, 2200 defense. The defensive stats matters on her because this is what you need to expect her to survive. 171 speed and a lot of effect resistance. I feel like I feel like it is very difficult to have a 100% chance to resist on the recovery disruption, but if I remember well, I think that I'm not sure that I have 100% chance to resist on the recovery disruption even with around 170 effect resistance, but try to have as much as possible. The cap could be around 180, I think. And it also helps a lot to have the counter attack set. To be honest, if you can have this effect resistance with full counter attack set, then just go for it. Because when she counter attack, she will use the skill 1, and if she counter attack just after that the boss uses barrier, then it will highly increase your damage, because if you are enough lucky and if everyone counter attack, then you will almost remove the barrier just after that the boss casts it. So that's why if you can, try to use the counter attack set. This is very important. Also, if you want to help you to get enough effect resistance, don't hesitate to use the stat engraving system to increase. I think defense and effect resistance are the best stats to engrave for K. So there I got endurance, but as I said, I don't feel that I need much more effect resistance. Here, attack effect resistance, defense effect resistance, something like that. It is, I think, the best stats for her. And she has to be in a Unity set. So if you have components to craft the Unity set, then you should craft it for her, because I feel like she is one of the most important champs to play with the Unity set right now. So effect resistance here, attack speed, and pierce. If you have HP, then you can go for HP, I think. Well, let's check the stat again. 3700 attack, 2k more defense, around 30k HP, 171 speed, and a lot of effect resistance. Now let's check Turin. She has to be faster. Well, that kind of stats. Also, it will very help you to play with the counter attack set. So it is important part of the team. Try to use as much counter attack set as possible. So what do we have? 176 attack speed, and don't need to have that much effect resistance, and a lot of recovery, obviously. So this is, I think, everything that I can tell you guys about the Steel Flanked Penveid comp. As I said, there is a part of RNG on this boss that you will never masterize, so it can be frustrating to play against this boss, but it is an automatic fight, so you can restart even if it takes time, I know. But as I said, if you want to secure the fight, then you can use the flame relic of Ain. I feel like it's much more easy to finish the fight, and you will also geodescent damage anyway, but if you really want to optimize the team, then you're gonna need to use the frost relic of Ain. So guys, this is all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed to see this video. I hope it's gonna help you to maximize your damage on the Steel Flanked Penveid. Bye bye guys, enjoy the game, see you soon.